evening, Super Kicking It with Steven and Greg fans. Yes, that's right. We are live. That is not Greg to my whatever direction that is. That's Penta, aka Sean.
Cero Miedo!
Sarah Miedo. We are doing a special because, we are here. The Royal Rumble's here. It is a good weekend to be a wrestling fan. I'm already rocking some merch. It's kind of hard to see, but it's blue and gold.
You got it head to toe, man. I've been looking at the pictures you post, and like you're doing costume changes between them and everything. I love that.
I am showing out and showing up, as they say. So yes, it has been a good couple hours already. Like half day already. The Cody Rhodes line was ridiculously long. Every other person was in some sort of jacket or robe, but that was pretty cool to see. The street signs are up. The posters are up. Oh, yeah. I was going to say you probably can't last that long in that do. Let's introduce the people. This is your debut episode. Hopefully not your last episode. Sean.
I'm loving it. Like I was telling you, I was a big fan growing up. But now that Graham, my youngest, he caught the bug, and I've got the bug back now too. So we're loving it. We're fully invested.
Well, this is the best time to get into it because the Royal Rumble through Mania just really things pick up. I think there's a nice energy with the Raw on Netflix. SmackDown with going to 3 hours. I feel like they're filling up the show with plenty of things to give you a little bit, a little more taste of it. Not sure how long that's going to last. I'm hearing it could be 2 hours by the summertime, but it is just a good time. I mean, Stephanie McMahon was on Pat McAfee's show today. I saw.
I didn't see that. Nice.
Quote-worthy stuff to say there. We will, I guess, tackle a little bit. Triple H is going to be our inductee headliner. Somebody did share the Barack Obama meme where he's handing Barack Obama the Medal of Honor, and nice. That's kind of what. But it's well deserved, especially as a individual. I'm surprised he didn't go in by himself before DX, but that's okay. So
I think that's Triple H being humble to his own self there. You saw Shawn Michaels and Undertaker had to come out and say, "Hey, we made the executive decision here." I don't think Triple H would have done it himself.
I don't know. So that's why Vince McMahon never did it. And,
but so well deserved. You can't think of anybody else. I don't think that deserves that better than Triple H.
And I will say probably next year will be Cena. I mean, that's pretty easy to.
It lines it up perfect. You got the farewell tour going on
right now. The farewell, yeah. I mean, you have to do 2026. So, well deserved for Triple H. I think with the Triple H era, it should be interesting to see what kind of different names they might throw out there as well.
Hold on, what era are we calling this?
I just said Triple H era.
It's the Penta era, baby. It's
the era. There you Netflix era, real out, whatever era. Insert name here. Even
right?
a 1181 era, but we are here to predict things, and that's what we shall do. So let's kick it right off. We got DIY, recently turned heel. DIY against Motor City Machine Guns, fresh, 6 months-ish, if maybe that. I mean, it's definitely been a quick run for them. They've already won the tag team titles. They're going into 2 out of 3 falls match, so nobody's going to predict that anyone's going to sweep it. I think the only time it's ever happened was maybe at Lesnar and Angle, where Lesnar was up like 3-1. Maybe no, sorry, that was an Iron Man. But anyways. There was, 2 out of 3 falls always go 1-1. Sean, I will let you tackle this one first as the special guest. Who are you rolling with, and how have you been enjoying the Motor City Machine Guns?
So with the Motor City Machine Guns, my mic went out.
Have you been doing more Raw?
We've been doing it. We've been doing about everything. Anything we can get on, we'll get on it. So. But we just picked it up recently, so I can't say I've seen too much of these tag teams. But what was it last SmackDown? I think we saw the one-on-one there with these guys going at it, and Motor City Machine Guns come out after that match that they had, kind of show the intimidation factor. The other guy gets rolled up there.
Mhm.
So it's going to be interesting to see really how this goes. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't know too much on the tag team, but I think that if I had to guess, I'm going to say the title does switch hands here.
Okay.
Seems like Motor City Machine Guns really have the is that the or yeah, Motor City Machine Guns, they have that momentum really going right now.
Yeah.
And
So
I
they
think
had it, and then the Street Profits were supposed to face them, and suddenly the Street Profits got attacked, and that was all Gargano's plan. So Gargano going a little heel. He was heel in NXT for a little bit, but more of the snarky, real, cocky heel, whereas this one's more of the sniveling, really trying to do the underhanded tricks. And Ciampa is just a badass.
that greasy, the greasiness.
Greasy.
Yeah.
And Ciampa, I mean, when him and Gargano have actually feuded in NXT, and when Ciampa was the heel, he had no music, just to let the booze soak in.
that's
for like a couple
perfect.
weeks. So they had a street fight in the pandemic time frame. So it was very well shot, and they were able to do a lot of cool stuff with that. Chicago street fight, I believe, and then they had New Orleans street fight. So yeah, they've done all in it. They've always just been connected on the indie scene. Motor City Machine Guns finally getting their big payday. They were TNA mainstays, and I believe Chris Sabin was TNA World Heavyweight Champion for a little bit. Both X Division guys, and now they're just. I mean, they look like they haven't even they look like they've been here forever. And I do, we brought this up in our new wrestling chat. I think the other guys were getting a little tired of the wrestling.
I can only imagine.
A couple. There was not many comments from the gallery, as they say. But anyways, I think SmackDown is really pushing the tag teams and really trying to get that brand going. And hopefully Raw will pick up the pace as well. I'm going to stick with DIY, even though I don't mind a little back and forth action with the tag team titles, because they're secondary titles in a way. They're they can go back and forth. We really didn't get into it, but were you a viewer of the Attitude Era when tag teams were all over the place and everybody was?
Oh, Kane and X-Pac were one of my favorite tag teams of all time.
I don't think they ever won. Did they? They might have won it once.
I don't know if they did or not, but I just loved watching the Big Red Machine with X-Pac. There's something about that that just screams Attitude Era too.
And of course, Kane was with Rob Van Dam for a little bit before he had a mask.
Yep. So, and they obviously just watching Undertaker and Kane too in the Attitude Era. You can't beat that. But I mean, you had Jeff Hardy. I mean, outside of like those big superstars that joined together like tag teams, you had the Hardy brothers, you had the Dudleys, you had Edge and Christian. I mean, those right there. You could have went round and round for 10 years with those guys and not got boring with it.
And I mean, and just to think of what they kind of all did on their own.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Christian and Matt and Jeff. Dudley Boys, they didn't do as much singles wise, but Bubba Ray had a pretty good run in TNA on his own. He was Bully Ray, had some stuff with Hogan, was TNA champion for a little bit, and Impact, whatever it was called back when he was champion. But I'm going to stick with DIY on this one. This is the other match. So we got, your eyes do not deceive you. That is 2 titles, the Winged Eagle, the precious belt that Cody Rhodes has harped and harped and harped and pushed and battled. There's one thing Cody Rhodes could do. It's bring back classic titles. Because he brought back the white IC title back in the day when he was dashing Cody Rhodes, and now he's brought back the Winged Eagle, which was supposed to be a one-time only, but there was no way Triple H was going to let that be one-time only because people love it too much. So these will be hanging in the rafters of Lucas Oil. They better get a helicopter to get them. No. Anyways, but which way do you want to go, Sean? Kevin Owens, who's right? How about this? Do you believe Kevin Owens is in the right?
Do I think? I don't know. I can't say yes on that, honestly. But
he's got the shirt.
His shirt game is on point. his shirt game
Did the
lately
Cody sucks
has
eggs, which is
and
the old
that
Dusty.
Dusty sucks eggs. Yep, yep. And
And
then
then now we have the Kevin was right shirt. And yeah. And a fun fact about Kevin Owens, never has changed his music, whether he's face or heel.
I like it.
And
I like it.
that's a crazy stat. To think, because guys usually change up the music, change up, and hasn't changed his look. I mean,
You,
I
what
think
I
he.
I
Sorry, go
love
ahead.
I love his attitude about, hey, this is why I made the stunner. This is where not made, but this is why I
Okay.
took the stunner as my finisher, so I could face Stone Cold. He's
Mhm.
going out there each week telling these guys like, hey, I'm gonna win this title, and you come to me at WrestleMania. So I love the confidence. I love him going out there each week and talking like what Big Jim said. You just talk too damn much,
Yeah.
and gave him the shot there. I love it. I think it's fun to watch, but oh man, at the end of the day, yeah, I don't think you're gonna take it from him, man.
Yeah. I mean, part of me, I want Kevin Owens to get a title run, but it's just not the right time right now. But
Right.
then because I think there's the bigger plan with Cody facing whoever at Mania, and we're leaning towards Kevin and Sammy part 2 at WrestleMania. They fought
Nice.
before. I want to say 33 or 32, but these, they're both on such a higher level now. I think it will really be something to let them go at it one on one, because as you know, and luckily they talk up their history a lot. But if you don't know, they've been tag team partners, they've been in blooded feuds, they've been through the Indies together since they were teenagers. I mean, they've done everything together, so it only makes sense in Vegas, WrestleMania 41, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. I mean, you got the perfect heel, the perfect face. What more could we ask for?
Right. No, and I'm with you there. But I'm seeing maybe there's a little push on Sammy to be a heel now after the
I'm
past
starting to see that, and that could be
3
interesting too.
weeks. So that could be an interesting turn. Yeah.
Especially if people kind of want to roll with maybe Kevin, Drew, Seth doing some sort of heelish power trip, power trio, I guess if you want to call it.
Right.
I mean, they're so damn good by themselves. There's no reason, but at the same time, you have this idea that they're all doing it for their own reasons. Why not throw them together? But so you're sticking with Cody?
I think so.
Yeah,
I got to give them a round of applause because I'll tell you what, back in the day, they had, and I go back to the Attitude Era because that's why I was a
Yeah.
huge fan. But I guess I don't remember seeing Triple H and Undertaker doing these big ladder matches for titles here. So to see the big guys go up there and really throw themselves on the line and throw their bodies out there for it, man, that's impressive. Kevin Owens, he's not a small guy,
No.
not a guy that you see going up in the air too much. I can't
But
imagine.
once you see it, it's pretty amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He does a great job with it, and it just for bigger guys, like you definitely see kind of what the athletic ability and just the overall ability, entertainment, whatever it is, for this new era of wrestling.
And Owens has been doing this since, like I said, his indie days.
Oh yeah,
Ladder matches. So I mean, he just.
You'd think by now, I mean, your body would say, "Hey, let's just do a regular match."
Yeah,
Let's just do a regular match. But no,
I mean, and
he's
you
all
brought up
for it.
Jeff Hardy earlier. Jeff Hardy still wants to
Yep.
jump off every little thing he can. So
it's in you, I guess. You get it in you, and it's the bug.
I do think they'll pull out the package pile driver in this match somehow, maybe on a ladder or something. But yeah, I think both guys want to really amp up their game with this one, and it'll be something to watch. So
I completely agree. But I'll tell you what, that belt on Cody Rhodes, it's just going to look right.
Yeah. Yep. So, and then we'll retire the winged eagle back.
I hope not. I hope he comes out like,
does he come
wear it, dude? Like, make it yours now. That's your belt. That's what I'd say.
Or somehow design
like a new winged
a modern
yeah.
one with
yeah.
And heck, then you got another merchandise seller,
right? Absolutely.
And by the way, I'll get into some of the merchandise because man, they are getting the hell, showing the hell out of some of the indie stuff, and it is awesome.
So I'm not a Colts fan. This family is not Colts fans.
No, you're not. I know. Yeah, that's
But
fine.
I gotta get Charlie is dying for it. He's a Cena guy.
Wants a John Cena Colts shirt.
He wants that. Yeah, you can't see me. The U with the horseshoe. That's good. I gotta get that's marketing. That's solid. That's solid.
And the hats, a lot of the hats are blue and white. There's like a good, and then there was this blue and gold one. And I was like, I mean, that's good. I love that aspect. And so yeah, we can get more in the weeds about merch later. But yeah. So how about this one?
There we go.
Women's Royal Rumble match. Now, obviously, we're not going to know all the names, and the fact that they've already announced Charlotte, Sean, makes me think there could be some bigger names.
That's what we were talking about too.
And that floating out there.
Yeah.
The biggest one to me is AJ Lee, who is CM Punk's wife, who hasn't been in a ring for years, other than doing the heels. She's on she was part of the heel show for a little bit, I believe, or the Glow with Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling. She's done like a little bit of TV show type work. Not in WWE ring, not in AEW, not in TNA, not an independent. I mean, she's, legit, just doing her thing. And then Nikki Bella is probably the other big name that I think, had a little personal life trauma happen, unfortunately. Her son is like 5 or 6, so I think she wants to do the whole, showing what mommy can do in the ring for him. And just, I think almost doing it as a distraction from what real life is doing. And, getting on the road, because obviously you could take the son with you. Every other guy or girl has an RV now. Usually you see tons of them just sitting out. So,
right, exactly.
I mean, I feel like that's the way to go. The betting favorites are probably Charlotte, though. Get her and Tiffany. And then Io Sky is a name coming up to get her and Rhea. I don't think we go back to Liv. There might be some stuff with Bianca and Naomi, maybe with Jade coming out. We have Lyra, who's the IC title holder for the women's side of things. So maybe somebody comes out and takes her out. Becky Lynch is another name, though, Sean, that we haven't heard much from lately.
Yep.
She could be a big surprise. So, and that's the thing, like I said, with Charlotte being announced, you almost got to up the game with some of your unannounced people. Jordan Grace, who is recently signed with WWE. She's in Texas having a birthday party for her mother. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, I think we see her somehow. But I'm going to go with Io Sky. I think Io and Rhea, let Charlotte win the Elimination Chamber. Charlotte does not need another Royal Rumble win. But then again, if you want Charlotte to embrace this true top girl Ric Flair nature, then hell, give her the win.
Yeah.
So, any thoughts on who you think might win the women's Royal Rumble match?
So, right, I mean, you said it right there. They're going with that new nickname, Top Girl. Mm-hmm. I think right there, you're putting all your eggs in the basket, and you're saying it like, hey, I think she's gonna go over. She's back, and Charlotte Flair, I think, does take it. Like you said, I think the Liv Morgan, it's been played out now. Her and Rhea Ripley, so people kind of want to move back. I would love my personal pick, who I'd love to see as a fan, is Bianca. Charlie's a big Bianca fan. I love seeing that hair. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't see how you throw Nia Jax out of the ring.
You get the old school, everybody.
You're 29 versus 1.
Yep. And Nia's already been in the men's one before. She got taken out by Mysterio, Orton.
Yep.
One more.
That was the RKO. What did she does the 619 of the RKO? Yeah. Yep.
If you want to see a good Bianca Belair WrestleMania match, you need to watch her and Sasha Banks from 34. Was that my phone? That was your phone.
That was me. Sorry.
Okay, good. I was like, telling you not disturbed, but I have family on block, so who knows? But anyway,
but yeah, I go with Charlotte Flair there. I think they're putting everything in there. She's back here, and I think she showcases it.
Now, you don't know much about the Bella twins, do you?
From a little bit back in the day, a little bit.
Yeah,
Uh,
Nikki's the better one. I'll
so
say that. Bree is not good at all.
I'm also seeing. Are we seeing possibilities of Bliss coming back?
Yeah, we need Alexa Bliss back. That would be
So
awesome. Now I don't know what incarnation.
fair
Um,
enough. Okay.
I would love to see her keep going with the Lily and the Wyatt Six type character because I think she really loves that. I mean, her and Bray had a pretty special relationship because she gave
Right.
her baby the middle name of Wyndham.
Yep.
So that tells you, you name your own kid. That tells you
Right.
everything.
So I mean, I don't know if that's obviously she's not in there. She's not saying that. Hey, I'm going in the Rumble. But if she shows up,
Yeah,
my money might go off Flair
yeah.
to Bliss there.
And married to teenage heartthrob Ryan Cabrera. So how about that? You got some good old MTV 2000s music love for her and
Right.
Ryan. So he was big on MTV TRL for a little bit, but
Let's talk about real quick though, because I
yeah,
mean,
sorry.
you look down the list here. This is a solid Rumble. I know everybody kind of the eyes are on the
I
men
mean,
and the superstars that they have in it.
the
But I mean, man, the
women.
talent in the women's is really coming up, and it's fun to watch.
And especially if we can build up maybe some TNA talent,
Yep.
just give them a run. Last year we did see Jordan Grace in it. We also saw Naomi come back from TNA. So, and then NXT, we got some women down there. Roxanne, you could play her up and Bailey if you want to do that. So, Cora Jade, I think, could be up on the main roster doing some stuff with the women. So, there was one year they announced like 25 of the participants, and that one was kind of a letdown because you're like, okay, we got 5 people left to
Right.
announce, and it wasn't that big. So
Right.
I like that they went back to okay, we'll give you like 8 to 10 people, and then you got to fill in the rest. So, and man, like you said, this men's one, I mean, just look at those names. Like, I mean, yeah, we just got some. Are you pulling for Penta?
I'm pulling for him. I know it's not going to happen. I know it's not going to happen. Graham and I are going to be going nuts.
I just want to see how well, like, what does he do though? Do you give him a quick run and kind of let him show up?
I have my Penta prediction.
Okay,
I have my Penta prediction.
Drop it here. You can drop it on the cast, and then we'll go from there.
So I'm thinking with Penta, you come out. He's going to be like that mid. I'm going to say anywhere from 12 to 17, probably in that range. So they give him some time to run. They give him some time to get in there and showcase what he can really do with these bigger names. Because not saying the 2 matches that he's had aren't solid guys, because they are.
Yeah, but really we'll see where he's at.
You're going to see what he does against Seth freaking Rollins. You're going to see what he can do with those other guys. I think he gets in there, and I think people think I'm crazy here, and I say this. I think him and Ray maybe start helping each other a little bit, and then he goes to kick somebody, and they move, and he eliminates Ray. So a lucha to lucha, there goes Ray. I think then he's going to get 2 more. He's going to get 1 off on a big guy to kind of solidify, hey, I'm Penta. I'm not here to play no games. Kind of go off of that run that he did. Then he's going to get kind of one of those fillers, nothing huge, but it's going to be a solid elimination. And then you brought up a great point when we were talking. I do think at the end of the day, he's going to get tossed by Braun, and that's going to cause that kind of rivalry. He's going to come back on Monday, say, hey, you tossed me. I want you. Let's get this going. And now we got a build up to WrestleMania Intercontinental Championship match.
And you could put Penta over a Braun. Like, I'm okay with it already. And then Braun can go after the Money in the Bank, or
right. I don't think that's not the end for Braun.
No.
And that is simply.
I tell you what, he has impressed the hell out of me just with the way. I mean, he won his first NXT match or championship with only like 8 matches under his belt.
Right.
That's unheard of. I mean, I know Angle had a rookie year that was like nothing. Brock Lesnar had a 2-year run that was ridiculous. I mean, Braun's run right now, there's been a little, plateaus here and there, but like, I mean, he's getting better. I mean, the spear to Sheamus the other night, was that Monday night, I think,
Oh yeah.
or Saturday night main event.
Yeah, main event, yeah.
They replayed the hell out of that, so that means it was a big deal. And I want Braun to do some good stuff in there.
That promo that they did with Penta and Braun together, you had two guys pretty much just looking at each other, and it got the crowd pumped, man.
Oh,
like, yeah, Braun's talking at first. Penta comes in and just looks at the belt, looks at Braun. Braun just looks back at him, and everybody knows at that point, man, it's on. It is on. Let's get this going.
And we had that stare down some months ago between Braun Breaker and Jacob Fatu, and I mean the crowd was like foaming at the mouth.
Right.
Because I mean, you just had two ridiculously good athletic killers that can both do everything. I mean, they can do the power game, they can do the high moves, they can do the break you down, slow you down if you need to. And and that I get, and it's maybe seeing Jacob in there. Like, does he break Roman Reigns' record of elimination somehow? Because Roman has the record. Kane, of course, had it for ever, and then Roman broke it in 2015 or somewhere around there. This one is. I mean, I think it's coming down to Punk, Cena, Reigns, and then one other guy. Like, I almost wanted an underdog type but my heart wants Punk to win it. But now that Punk has the favor from Paul Heyman, you could pull that card out. And Cena, I mean, I don't know. I'm still mixed on Cena winning it.
I don't think he'll be in the last three. I think they'll give him that.
Yeah.
But I'm with you on that. I just don't think they're gonna. It's like the Undertaker almost when he lost at Mania. He's like, how do I win this match? I can't physically, as my age, beat. It's not gonna happen. So I think that's kind of where this goes, and Cena recognizes that as well. I think. Now, granted, Cena looks a lot better at the end of his career than the Undertaker did, I think. Yeah. And I'm not sure the age gap, the age difference, but I think Cena definitely. I mean, he's still jacked. You look at him, he's still got all that muscle. He's still got it, so he still looks believable to be out there with these guys. Yeah. But I think I'd love, at the end of the day, to see CM Punk win it. I think he's having so much fun.
That's where I really want to go, but I don't know.
He's having so much fun this run. You can just see him having so much fun in this run. He's enjoying it.
And that's the crazy thing. And I think it was very interesting. There was some little digital exclusive that I could like to throw out. And he's like, I can't even say the guy. And that makes me nervous that Brock might be there. Because we don't need Brock anywhere near anything right now.
I've showed you pictures. I think they're starting to put them on the marketing.
Yeah.
So I think a little here and there. So, I mean.
So I almost wonder, I might think Seth Rollins might sneak out the win here. And then you go Seth and Gunther at Mania. Now, I also can get behind Cena and Gunther, though. Like, I don't want Cena to win the belt at Mania, though.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I think
you could take it at SummerSlam.
I would take it at SummerSlam or even Survivor, like towards the end of the year, because there's some doubt there. I mean, I guess, by the end of the year, thinking he's probably going to win it. But, I think there's still that doubt, like, maybe he won't win it. And, he's said all along, I don't want to break the record. But it's like right there.
Right.
Like, I mean, how can you, and I like Damon had brought up, people are still going to consider Flair because we probably haven't even counted his NWA titles in there, but I think you got to break the record with his last year. You put him in the Hall of Fame with all those accolades. I mean, why not?
You can't ask for a better guy to kind of do that too. I mean, he's always been a good role model from what I am aware of. He's always seemed to really, kind of shoot that straight arrow and been good with the kids. And at the end of the day, that's
the Make-A-Wish thing is still like, 800 at one point.
Yeah, that's crazy.
To think of 800 times he's like stepped outside to do whatever's needed. So and that's why Cody Rhodes is trying to do what he can, because I think he wants to be that next. Do all the, what time do you need me to be there? Okay, I'm there an hour earlier. Or whatever. Like last man in, last man out. But I think I'm going to pull for Seth Rollins to somehow sneak out the win.
All right.
And if you really want to play it up, you have him eliminate Punk, and that kind of gets his win back.
Yep.
Over Punk, and and the crowd I think would just hate that because we want to see Punk win, and we already see Rollins teetering. Now that's the downfall. Rollins and Gunther, who do you make the heel? I mean, you got Gunther as a heel, and I don't think Rollins wants to be the face still. So, so there could be something else in the works for Rollins. But I'm kind of leaning towards Rollins.
I'm with that. I could see that happening. Definitely. He's had especially like I said, I picked up Netflix, the Raw then. And with Raw on Netflix, it seems like he's had that solid run. They're keeping him highlighted and everything like that. So they're doing everything they need to do to keep him in the front.
What about Logan Paul? Does he sneak out?
Man, that's it. I was gonna add. I think you're gonna see some crazy. I know people hate the guy, but you look back at his matches in the WWE, he's entertaining.
He has the look.
I gotta give him credit when it comes to the ring. Like, I don't want to see you box your brother, but I want to see you go against Rey Mysterio. I want to see you.
Now that's the thing too. Like, I don't know where the timing. I think that's in Marchish, right?
Right. So how much are you gonna really push there because you got something big going there?
But then again, WWE loves the idea of maybe cross promotion. What better way? Hey, Royal Rumble winner Logan Paul facing his brother, and I think that's going to be on Netflix anyway, isn't it?
Oh gosh, hopefully not. We'll be maybe going at what 4:20
in the morning. Yeah. Maybe. I don't. I thought maybe I'm wrong, but
I will give credit to Net. I don't know the viewership as far as Raw goes, but I have had no issues whatsoever when it comes to that. So I will give Netflix credit when it comes.
And then, like I said, I've noticed I don't really get there was one week I got some commercials, and then this past week I felt like it would just stay in the arena, like it would start to go commercial and then stay in the arena, and you could see the live little sign was gone, so it would be McAfee talking to Xavier Woods' family, or McAfee introducing that Kai Cenat.
Yep.
Who I've never heard of, but that's okay.
I know it. My kids watch YouTube, and I've seen them.
Okay, I probably shouldn't know him, so I'm okay with that.
I think that's a pretty cool thing that they got going. I don't want to venture too far off at the Royal Rumble because I got a couple questions for you.
Okay,
yeah. I like what they're doing there. What Triple H did with I Show Speed and Kai Cenat. Yeah. Like, hey, come in here, stream, man. Show these people the backstage. Mm-hmm. That's what I like about Triple H now and what he's doing.
I think he's embracing a lot of different things that Vince.
Exactly right. He's coming up and he's even said like, hey, we're not going to say you guys are stupid. You know what's going on here. So let's pull back a little bit. We're not going to show you everything because takes
because nobody wants. I mean,
you take away the magic. You still want that magic. You still want that. But it's cool to see those guys walk through the production.
Yep. Like some of the camera shots they've been doing, like the whole starting at the back, and yes, the production value is 10 times better. And especially the 8K or whatever 4K camera,
no joke,
where they show like for a championship match, you got the blurriness going on, and you just focus in on. I mean, those type of stuff just really make the product that much better.
So let me ask you here at the Rumble.
Okay.
What big name in here that we're looking at right now do you see that is going to go out and have that lackluster performance? That performance, it's like, oh man, I had my opportunity and I let it slip.
That's a good question because, I feel like Roman hasn't been talking much about, other than Roman. I still don't know what Roman's plan, like where Roman is heading for Mania, because I'm just all in on Roman and Rock. Just give us Roman Rock, get that done.
Okay.
and you can move on with both guys.
Right.
But then also now the CM Punk Roman Reigns stuff is starting to fire up.
Right.
So, maybe you have Punk and Reigns eliminate each other or something like that. What about, and maybe Drew?
That's who I'm looking
I
at.
feel like
honestly.
Drew needs to go even more unhinged. So maybe he loses at the end or something like that to Seth, but yeah, that's kind of where I think Drew's the main. I mean, unhinged Drew is best Drew. Like him going away and coming back, and like he did, he was like he brings up, I was fired because I just wasn't in there mentally. He's like, it was a good thing I got fired so I could reset myself. And man, ever since he's been back, I mean, he carried the pandemic era. I mean, he legit stepped up and yeah.
What about the other way around? Somebody that we might be looking at, the Gables, Mysterio. You mentioned
Chad Gable's the guy. You could see, like, could he get a few suplexes, eliminations that just really step him up? And now I guess what's also interesting is maybe like, is there another luchador? Maybe there's a luchador that takes them out. And kind of.
I didn't even think of that. That would be Ray and Penta. There's the other guy that they get. Yep.
I mean, you just never know. So
just keeps eating away
I would like to see Nakamura do a little bit more because I feel like Nakamura's coasted a little bit.
Okay.
If you watch some of his old stuff way back, early 20 or mid 2000s ish, you could tell he's kind of just there, and that sucks because he's won the Royal Rumble. He was in the main event with AJ Styles, and something didn't click there. And ever since then, I felt like he's just kind of been on this, a lot of people said he's just there to surf and make money, and that's kind of what he's done.
Yeah.
And AJ Styles is another name. Like, he's hurt right now, but we haven't heard much. It's kind of been radio silent, other than him saying it's been a tough injury, like on a response to somebody on Twitter. So who's to say he doesn't show up? Because that's the thing, too. I'm trying to think of, like, big names outside of these, some surprise names we could see.
Right.
I
mean, the big one we've said, Brock.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, Hogan.
I can see your face. You look so disappointed.
Hogan. Come out there and rip his Trump-a-mania for him.
After the Saturday Night Live or Saturday Night main event, I think they push Uso a little in the Rumble. I think after that match with Gunther, he kind of put himself up a little bit and said, "Hey, I'm here to play. Like it's my time too."
Especially when you consider he's only won the IC title for 28 days. Like, but he's still like his merchandise is everywhere. People are yeeting all over the place.
They are. Cole's eating all over the place.
Yeah, Cole. Yeah, if you got Michael Cole doing it, there you go. Even and then with McAfee not there, you still have Michael Cole doing it. But I tell you what, Pat McAfee has been the best thing for Michael Cole. Because I feel like ever since McAfee's been around, Michael Cole has been re-energized. I mean, he was going through the motions, you could tell, too.
Does McAfee get in the Rumble here in Indy?
Oh, yeah. I
think so. Like, you got to, right?
Halliburton's the one, because they got the Pacer game at 5, and let's say Rumble starts at 6. You got to think the men's will be about 9-ish. So
don't throw him over and break an ankle, please, God.
Well, always showing up. Maybe just showing up somehow. That's the downfall. Him and Jalen Brunson. No, that would be awesome to see.
Right? Yeah.
But, Halliburton has to make an appearance. I do think McAfee's in it somehow.
That would be good.
Now people have brought up Corey Graves could be cleared to wrestle, which he hasn't done in forever, and maybe him and McAfee do some stuff at the Rumble. And then that leads to a WrestleMania match of like announcers, which we've seen worse. We saw Michael Cole in his bright orange up wrestling singlet and win a match at WrestleMania. So who knows? Who's to say what could happen? But I just don't know if there's any name. I'm trying to think of any names that I would like to see that haven't been mentioned, but I can't think of any right now. So
yep.
But anyway.
So, yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't know if you saw him. He snuck in here, but the Penta fans right back here, and we are going to be going nuts the second we hear Cero Miedo. We're going to be up. We're going to be going crazy.
Flame of fire.
Right? Yeah, man. That was how you're building that, and we won't spend too much time on the guy.
Yeah.
But to build a guy up like that, man, it's fun to watch. Yeah. It really is.
Well, and like people brought up, do other AEW guys see this, or girls, and be like, we might be able to get some sort of push like that.
Right.
Because there's like Ricky Starks, who has all the talent in the world, can work on the mic, has done some good stuff with Cody, is a close friend of Cody Rhodes. I mean, who's to say that could be a name out there. So, yeah, there's definitely some names that could make the jump, but I don't know what names are out there yet. So,
right.
I'm just looking forward to it. I'm so excited. Like I said, merch-wise, Indy is well represented. You've already brought it up. There's John Cena Colts wear. There is a Royal Rumble Colts jersey. And there's a Pacers one, Pacers-esque. There is a really cool Skyline Royal Rumble shirt. I mean, Indy is being well represented at the Superstore. I've been trying to just keep my budget small because, man, you could just buy everything. But I will share one quick story about being at a Superstore at WrestleMania 30. Me and my brother were walking, and Linda McMahon was just standing there shopping with her grandkids. And I really wanted to say something, but I was like, it's just, shopping. So, but there's my little brush with Linda McMahon back in the day.
There you go. There you go.
But it sounds like the kids want your attention, so she'll be probably in. Oh, they're good. Okay,
he's good. Yeah.
But anyway, so I got nothing else anyway, though. I'm just so
fair enough.
Rumble.
So SmackDown real quick.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to my first SmackDown. I've been to a Raw before, never been to a SmackDown. The funny thing is, the Raw I went to was the night after Taker came back as the American Badass. So we had, that was the night after, was that Mania that he came back? I can't remember. I don't think so. I don't think it was, but it was a night after a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to SmackDown the night before a pay-per-view. So he's going to go with me here. And I
always bring up my fun fact of trivia for myself is the Undertaker streak started WrestleMania 7, but I was at 8 when Taker fought Jake Roberts.
Okay.
And then we were at WrestleMania 30 where the streak ended. And it was like, are you serious? Like, I was 1 year off.
The bookends. Yeah.
That I could have been. I mean, how many people could say that? So,
right.
I might just make up that I was there at this rate because
who's going to remember it?
Who's going to check me?
But SmackDown, we got a big match going on SmackDown. Green. Absolutely.
Wait, sorry.
I couldn't go away. Yeah,
I've been working on that one.
I had to get my Chelsea Green mention there. Do you think she loses the belt on SmackDown? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a good match, though.
Yeah, Beachin is Beachin. I mean, she's the fine hand, as they say, but she ain't getting it all. If anything, how most of those, the bodyguard for the woman go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Spicy P, our secret agent P, might be coming for that, down the road. Is how they usually book it. So
I'm good with that because I don't like her, so she needs to get away from Chelsea.
But
we need more Chelsea versus.
I did have a run in with Chelsea Green though too, so she was.
That's better than Linda McMahon.
Yes, it is. Especially the few I had. Chelsea Green was doing that, so they were doing a Fanatics Live trading card opening. So like Tyler Breeze, he's been part of WWE for a little bit. He kind of plays backstage stuff. He's just opening up cards, and Chelsea Green was there, and she was just finished up, and I was just coming from my photo thing, and they're like, Chelsea stopped to take a couple pictures, and I'm like standing right behind her, and I was like, do I keep walking? Like I was afraid they were going to, say they wanted me to stop, but her to go through. So yeah, I was. I was going to pledge my allegiance to Chelsea, but he was too busy with the girls. So
Yeah, I think that'll
he
be a
doesn't
good
tend
match.
to doesn't tend to take selfies with a dude like me, as I was realizing. Props to Matt Cardona.
Right?
Man, there's a name. He could show up. Zach Ryder.
Yeah, I feel like all day you're just thinking, man, who's gonna pop up? Who's gonna pop up today?
Especially like we said, like right now, what there's 10 names. So we got
Right?
20 names. I mean, and yes, we'll get some names that are just typical guys, but
You feel it right. Yep.
Because Stephanie was on once again quoting the Pat McAfee. There's lots of surprises, but she can't tell them, and she doesn't even know some of the surprises. Is what she was told. So that could be something to watch. But
It's gonna be fun. You got any meet and greets tomorrow?
Tomorrow I have Braun Breaker in the morning. Greg has just tweeted or texted me, messaged me. He's landing in Indy at 10:05. My meet and greet is at 10:30. So Greg might have to wait at the airport for a few minutes. And it's okay, I hope. Or I might just, have him Uber to my house and meet, figure out something. But and then Jay Uso in the afternoon.
Oh, good ones, good ones.
Yeah, me and my youngest brother Matthew, who is a big wrestling fan as well. His big guy is John Cena.
Nice.
So we met John Cena at a Comic-Con, and he's already talked about it. My brother cried a little bit when he signed something for him, and then cried again when he got his picture. So
there you go.
His eyes were definitely puffy. So
they like you gonna talk to these guys, right? You gonna tell
no, the photos are very like, hey, thanks for being. I mean, it's not. I think the autograph gives you a little more leniency.
They're kicking you through though.
They are around you. I mean, it is a smile and go.
Just let them know Pence is the man.
Yes. The John Cena one we did was actually like post-COVID, so they still had a plastic.
Oh wow!
Like between us, so I'm like leaning against it like this, trying to be, reach out and touch somebody. It's like E.T. and Elliot almost. We weren't dying though, so that was good. But yeah, met Taker at Comic-Con before in Chicago. That was a good one. He didn't really talk much either way. So yeah, the photos, like I said, I think like there'll be WrestleCon, which is more the legends and some of the independent wrestlers. You get a little more face-to-face time there because they're just there. They're there from 2 to 6 and 10 to 5, so they don't really. I still remember like Square Circle Expo. Honky Tonk Man was literally in the middle of the aisle, like hoping somebody would talk to him. I felt like
I got you.
Like,
hey, talk to me.
I mean, I saw Demolition, Axe and Smash putting on their makeup in the bathroom. So that was
nice.
Have you ever seen the movie The Wrestler?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was. I really thought about them in that regard because I just felt, you feel bad for those type of wrestlers that like that's the way they make the money.
Right.
Whereas, nowadays guys, I think there's more financial tips for them. There's, obviously the pay is better.
Yeah.
Health benefits, you're getting surgeries paid for and whatnot. Like, you feel bad if Lex Luger is still showing. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, dude, I feel terrible every time I see that guy.
I mean, I feel like you're just wheeling him out, and he does look healthier than years past. I will give him that. Like Mongo, like Shawn Michael or Steve Mongo McMichael, who has ALS. I mean, he is just a vegetable in the bed. Like, yeah. I mean, but you just feel bad that there's not anything you can do. Like, you wish there was a trust fund or some sort of fund for those. I think it was Abdul the Butcher was like trying to get a GoFundMe for a surgery.
Oh, wow.
Like, you just but like I said, I think hopefully with Triple H, he's going to get everybody taken care of now. And I'm sure there's guys like if they need a surgery, they find ways to do it. But so yeah, it's going to be a good weekend.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited.
I'm excited for you guys, and like you said, you bringing your boys into it. and then being excited about it.
I wish it was me bringing my boys into it, but it's really my boy bringing me into it.
Yeah, but hey, well, and what's funny is like people ask me, and I go, I think I just started watching it. Like I don't ever like.
I can't remember ever. Yeah, right. What got me into the attitude? Whether it was Daniel maybe that had it on one night, and I watched it, and I was like, "Hey, right on."
And I mean, we bought $20-some buck tickets to sit in the rafters at Hoosier Dome, and watch Hulk Hogan rip off his shirt. Ultimate Warrior come back. Papa Shango was there.
That's who I used to play with at the WWE the WrestleMania game. I always played with Papa Shango.
And I do tell people, I go, I did lose a little faith in how real it was when Papa Shango made Ultimate Warrior grow up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, this is a little weird, like what's going on here? But until then, I was all like, oh, it's all so real. It's still real to me, damn it.
Right.
As they say. So that guy used to do the convention circuit a little bit, which is awesome. You just got to find something that works for you. But and I'm definitely looking forward to the WrestleCon because it's a free convention. Then you just pay for your photo ops or your autographs. And but some of them still let you talk. Like last year, I talked to like Hacksaw Jim Duggan at a Squared Circle Expo just for a minute. Didn't really ask for anything, but just said, "Hey, I just want to say hey." So they're still willing to talk to you.
That's cool.
But those type of things, the Squared Circle Expo is something to keep an eye on. It's actually the weekend after WrestleMania, which will be on Easter weekend. So I might have to put that out there and see if anybody's interested in that. But yeah, so I think it's going to be a good weekend. And Pat McAfee is just all over the place. I think he's like the Halliburton back for the All-Star game. I think McAfee is going to be like running on fumes by Sunday. So.
Oh, I can only imagine.
Well, then he's got Super Bowl week. So no rest for the weary with him.
Nope, not at all.
But I'm excited for you guys to see SmackDown tomorrow. We'll try to sneak somehow to meet up somehow. I guess we've find some quick timeout. Maybe run to the.
We're going to be there early. We're going to China Buffet before. They've already got all this planned.
Okay.
We're going to China Buffet before, and then we're going to get there like right after the gates.
Well, there's supposed to be a kickoff show in the atrium.
Right.
Kickoff
like McAfee and those guys there. Yeah.
I think it's at 5. So I'd mentioned that to my family and seeing my youngest brother is going to go see a podcast guy at Helium because a couple of the podcasts, like Sam Roberts, is doing something at Helium tonight. So
nice.
I mean, there's a little bit of everything. There's local wrestling. I guess that's why I feel bad too. It's like all these local wrestling are doing stuff, but it's like it's hard to find time.
Right.
Check it out.
Do it the weekend before or something. So it's
I mean, I get why because you have the extra.
Right. Everybody's here in town.
So.
I did see that it's like something like 60 to 70% of tickets are out of towners. So that's huge for the city.
So when I was, you get in these lines and you got time to like chat, and so far I've not met anybody from Indiana. Like there was a couple from Oklahoma. There was a couple guys from Illinois. So yeah, I've not met anybody from India yet.
So I thought that was so cool to see.
Well, the economic, and then like when Mania comes,
it'll be even more than Rumble.
It'll be out of the country.
Right.
I mean, we'll have Europe, Asia, all the worlds. So it'll probably be like Disney. You'll just hear all kinds of languages and
right.
Not understand anything, but everybody has the love of wrestling.
Yep.
Which is all that matters. So
it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to being in downtown tomorrow.
Yeah. So all right, well, let's call it a day here. We got, like I said, we will have Greg in person this weekend. Still trying to, like I said, just trying to schedule everything. It feels like everything's just top. I feel like
stacked on everything. Yeah.
The next couple of days, I feel like are going to be a blur, and I'm going to wake up and be like,
Sunday's going to be here. Yeah,
Sunday's going to be here. Well, fun fact, our funny story there. We got tickets for Annie, so we are getting both ends of the entertainment spectrum. We will be musical and we'll be wrestling. So yeah, we are contoured here, very demure over here at the household.
Nice
with my kids, the kids' lingo, as they say, their jargon. So I had a lot of Riz, is what I've been told.
I got all that Riz.
But then they said El Riz, so I gave up. said
Well-
W Riz, but they said L Riz.
I appreciate you having me on. It's been fun.
We will bring you back because now that you're in it, you're in it.
Oh, I'm in it. I'm in it. I'm invested.
So enjoy the day. Enjoy the time tomorrow. And like I said, we'll hopefully see each other.
Cero.
I can't. There it is.
Miedo.
All right. We will talk soon.
See ya.
See ya.